beautiful people, and welcome back to America and Immigration channel. I'm Victoria, your BFF in the world of immigration. So when I ask myself what type of person it really takes to immigrate, and not just immigrate but succeed abroad, and especially what are their strengths, I came up with top essential qualities that can help you succeed in building a new home abroad. If you find yourself having at least half of them, I am quite sure that you will make it a successful living, moving anywhere in the world. So no more talk, let's dive right into it. And the quality number one that came to my mind is resilience. Moving to a new country is really tough, and alongside cool perks and maybe many advantages, you'll face challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. But if you are resilient, you will definitely bounce back from rejection and keep applying for jobs. Handle homesickness and culture shock better. You will also overcome language barriers and communication difficulties. You will constantly stay motivated and focused on your goals, and you will keep pushing for them. And you will get what you want eventually. I will also call out that resilience, it's like a muscle that you can develop with practice and patience. Quality number two for you to succeed, and it's patience. Because adjusting to a new country and language, it all takes so much time, a lot of time, especially for those who immigrate from a very different cultures, religions, and lifestyles. So to be patient with yourself, it's super important, and you have to remember that learning a new language takes time and effort. Understanding cultural nuances and customs takes time. Especially building a new network and community also takes so much time. Finding a job and settling in a routine takes time too. And remember, slow progress is still a progress. And by telling these things to you, I also try to remind this to myself, because personally, I really struggle from being impatient. I need things to be done super quickly, super fast. And often I might even get so disappointed way too quickly and give up on doing things way too early, because I struggle with patience. And this has been really a big challenge for me, and it came out especially in immigration. It really stood up as that part of my character that I'm trying to work on to make my journey in immigration especially more efficient and more successful. So I keep reminding myself, stay patient, because a lot of good things, a lot of successes take time. Let's talk about quality number three, and it's about open-mindedness, because living in immigration means that you will be exposed to very different things from your own culture. To become an open-minded person in immigration, you can really start small. Let's say you can be willing to try new foods, attend cultural events, or maybe meet people from different backgrounds and cultures. So all of this will really help you to build connections and also a sense of community, understand different perspectives and worldviews. And there's so many immigrants here in the United States coming from different cultures and backgrounds and religions. So it's so important in my mind to keep this open-minded part of you. Otherwise, you might really find yourself being in this constantly judging shell, and you might really stay there without really connecting to people around you and building a good community. I would also say that learning new customs and traditions will keep you open-minded, and also expanding your horizons and broaden your mind. Let's talk about quality number four, and it's willingness to take risks. Don't be afraid to try new things, even if they make you feel so uncomfortable. This is where the real growth happens. Take risks like applying for a job outside of your comfort zone, even when you think that you don't really qualify for it, but you still go ahead and apply and see what happens. There might be some surprises. Trying a new hobby or activity, maybe attending a networking event alone. And actually, I'm going to be doing this by myself in 2 weeks. I'm going to go and attend a networking event by myself, not with a coworker, not with a friend. Remember that the biggest risk is not taking any risks. And I mean, come on, moving to the whole new country might be the biggest risk that you've ever taken in your life. So everything else to me shall be relatively easy. And now let's talk about quality number 5. And it's not being afraid to make fool of yourself and also maybe even being goofy. Because remember, mistakes are an opportunity to learn and grow. And there will be plenty of the situations where you will feel like a total fool. And that's okay. If your first language is not English, there will be plenty of those situations where you will be misusing some words or maybe mispronouncing them and maybe even asking some questions that might seem very silly. So be prepared for many funny situations, like when you say something and you think that you did such a good job, but actually people do not understand you, or I don't know, look at you kind of like weird. I used to be constantly embarrassed of such mistakes I would make in English and make people really laugh or see their surprised or perplexed faces. So, in situations like that, you might need to be creative and maybe even replace the words that are hard for you to pronounce with some other synonyms. I used to always mispronounce Google Sheets. I still cannot say that. Google Sheets, Google Sheets, Google Sheets. And it was so embarrassing, especially during some high profile meetings with my managers. I mean, can you imagine when I'm saying, oh, I have something new in my Google Sheets. Can we just check? So they would always like look at me weird and they would never really call this out, but I always felt embarrassed because I know what that means. And I'm like, this is so inappropriate. How do I come up with something different? And I really just started using Google Docs instead of Google Sheets. So you gotta be creative too. Summarizing all of the above, being an immigrant in a foreign country means that you will have to be constantly getting out of your comfort zone, constantly, like nonstop, and be willing to challenge yourself and step into unknown territories. So, my beautiful YouTube people, that is it for today's video. And remember that succeeding as an immigrant requires a combination of these qualities. Be resilient, be patient, be curious, be ready to take the risks, and also get out of your comfort zone. And don't be afraid of making a fool of yourself. Thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video for more tips about immigration.